Hey guys, welcome back. This is Bill. I'm that expat prepper, lives in the Philippines. Hey, I got a lot of stuff to review, but I'm going to try to get 2 items done in this one review. I hope you appreciate that, so I'll try to run through it as quick as possible. I'm not sure how thorough I'm going to be, but I'm going to look at this TYLEX 100,000 milliamp 22.5 watt USB power bank, okay? And I'm also going to try to get to this FlashFish portable solar gen. Now it's a lot smaller in output, believe it or not, than this guy, but we'll talk about that in a second, the pros and cons between these two. So let's see, the first thing I want to do is let's go ahead and open up this guy. Now I got this on sale. The price will be somewhere here on the screen, you can see. And let's see what we get. All right, so it's got a strap. It's well packaged. It's not that heavy. It does come with a fast charge USB-C. And it's army green. All right, so they're really proud of their 100 milliamps, and I hope they really have that. I don't see a fan on here. They do have a light. It's their model XP42, whatever that means. I'm not sure if I like the strap here, but it does kind of go around, so I can kind of drop down. And on the front, we have a power button, which if I turn it on, now it's pretty cool. So I don't know if you can see that in the screen here or not, but it came shipped with 74% charge, but it also has a voltage and amperage gauge here as well. Let's see if it's got a functioning light. Press and hold, we got a solid light. Press and hold, it turns off. If I double press, nothing. Okay, so it's just a light. Doesn't even look super bright, to be honest with you, but it's a light. Turn that back off. We have on the front of this device, we have a DC in and we have a DC out. That looks like the only charging. Now, did it come with a charger? It did not, so I'm assuming the main way to charge this is going to be here on the USB in. They have 2 actually. One's an in out and one's an in. So the bottom one is a solid in only. You see that here, it just says in. This one here is an in and out. And then we got the other standard ports here. So let me turn this on for a second. Let's see if we can, what we're getting here on these ports. All right, this one is reading 4.99 at 0.2 amps. Not bad. This little light's drawing very little power. This one's a solid 5 at 499 at 0.2. Okay, same. This one's 5 at 499 at 0.2. So it starts out at 5. So these are all going to be 5 volt 0.2 amp chargers. Yeah, exactly. They're all the same. All right, so that's pretty decent. So it's not a whole lot into it. I cannot read the specs on what the DC in. My eyes are just too old. Let me look at the box here and see if I can see what it says here. DC port is 9 volt 3 amps. That's the output. So the output port here is 9 volts. So I might just put a marker on here just so I know that it's a 9 volt out. And input DC is 12 volts 1.5 amps. So if I'm going to charge this, it's going to take a 12 volt input. All right, so you guys know I have a lot of these. This one is 22.5 watt out combined for all the outages. It's fairly heavy. Again, I buy these devices for mostly USB lights and things of that nature during a brownout or when power's gone. I have a whole bunch of both 9 and 6 volt DC lights, as well as I have a whole bunch of USB based lights. So when there's a long extended brownout, I can use these and then charge them back up during the day with solar or with one of my generators. All right, so I'm going to put this guy aside. We'll talk about that. And then let's take a quick look at a FlashFish device. Now, I've never really had FlashFish devices before. This is the second one I've ever gotten. It was on sale. The price will be listed down below. Let's see if I can show you here. It's packaged really well. I like that. Okay, it also has a lot of packaging here. Now this comes with an accessory box. Let's see what we got inside this box here. All right. Now this is actually almost the same size as this charger, but it's definitely lighter, and that's because this is a 100,000 milliamp battery. So that's where all this weight comes from here, where this device is obviously going to be a lot less. Now it does come with some pretty cool things. We get a wall charger that's going to be DC. It's a really micro DC. And reading the back of this, again, it's 110 to 220 volts I can plug it into, and the output is 12 volts at 2 amps. So if I had an adapter, this would also charge the little guy. It comes with a carry strap. That's kind of nice. It's got a little hook, and I'm assuming this is something that will hook there. Let's see if I can attach that here. Well, I'll figure it out. So it's kind of like a handy little carry strap. It's got the 12-volt car charger converter to DC. So if I want to charge this in the car or off a cigarette-style charging cable, which they also include. So it gives you several ways to charge this guy. Plug it into your car, use a car charging port, plug it into the wall, or any other. Oh, check it out. They even give you a little adapter here. Nice. All right, so just a quick look at this guy. Now, the one thing here that's interesting is it does have a single AC out, and I'll be checking that in a second. It's plastic, but it's got a good feel to it. Here's the 12-volt DC in. It's got a couple adapters, USB A's, quick charge. It's got another DC in here, so I guess we can charge it twice. Dual charging. I'll have to check into that. It's got a couple of USB-C's here as well. Let's see if I turn it on. Did it come with any power? Let me press and hold. All right, so there's no power. It didn't come with any, which is kind of a bummer. Let's see if I can turn on something here and get some juice to it. I'm going to use this other FlashFish device, which I happen to have sitting here, and I'm going to use the AC input. Actually, let's try the DC output. Why not? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on DC. I'm going to plug this guy into the DC output. I hope that's what that is. Red light came on. DC input 12 volts. Power. Well, that must be the out. Hang on, DC. That's what this little converter's for. All right, so it takes the output one and converts it to the input. There we go. So now we got a light turned on, so now this guy is charging. Now, I wonder if I can do pass-through anything on this. We have this big light on top. Let's see if I can turn it on. Wow, look at that. Now, this is a big light, very huge light, and it's built into the box. So this guy had a charge going already. The great news is we got a good light, and the light works during a charge, which is great. I'm going to pull the manual up real quick and see if I can see what the milliamps is rated for. All right, so it's not very much. Like I said, it's 26.4K milliamps, so it's actually battery size. It's not that big, but it's kind of handy. So I don't think it's got a 98 watt capacity. DC output is 12 volt, 10 amps max. Input is 12 volt, 2 amps, which is what I'm running at it right now. It can cycle 800 times, which is not a whole lot. I bet it's just got a couple little bitty batteries in there, something that can be changed later. Now, I'm curious is if, let me off this light here. I want to see, will the AC do pass through? So I got a fan over here. And this is a standard fan I use during testing. Now, I've never used this meter before, so this is going to be your first time trying this meter. But I'm going to go ahead and just plug this in to this AC port on this guy. All right. And let's see if I turn the AC button on, which is hidden back here. You guys can see what I'm doing. Let's see if it'll power on the AC port through pass-through. All right, I don't think there's enough power on there, and or it won't do it through pass-through. So that's good to know. If I wasn't charging this, can I turn on AC? AC's on. Okay, so AC will work, so it doesn't do pass-through. With that little bit of charge, this fan is running, and it's drawing 62 watts. All right, I'm going to turn off the fan here. Well, it turned itself off because I had a 1% charge on that battery, which is understandable. Let me go ahead and plug the DC back in. Let this guy charge. All right, so it does not have pass-through charging, meaning to say is I can't run the AC while it is being charged, which is fine. Little bitty device, I'm just going to leave it up here and let it continue to charge off its big brother. And that is it. I am probably going to not buy too many more of these smaller AC battery packs or the USB ones, because honestly, I have a lot of them. Go down and check out my reviews. You'll see that I've reviewed a lot of these products. And the reason I do these reviews, so you guys can decide amongst yourself which one of these you might want to buy if your budget is only limited to 1 or 2 devices. And I also do this because I want multiple, as in dozens of these devices during a crisis situation, to make sure even if I couldn't recharge them, I'm good for a day or two with nothing more than, charging my radios, charging lights, and keeping things up and running. All right, guys, I didn't go into too deep of a review. I just wanted to showcase what these things are. And if you like this kind of video, go ahead and hit that like button for me. Guys, until next time, I want you all to please be safe. Thank you.